Hey everybody, you're watching Bull, Boom, Bear, Bust. I'm going to try to keep this steadier than previous walk and talks. Today I'm in a housing community. I came down here to pick up some stuff that somebody was giving away and help somebody move some stuff. And this is a housing community where you have to pay a pretty big HOA fee, which basically you're renting the lot, you're renting the land. And these homes are nice little homes. Most of them are 3-bedroom, 2 baths. And you get a little backyard, you get a garage. So it's kind of like having a single family home. It's a detached home. So you're not sharing walls with the neighbors. But as you can see, the homes are pretty close together. But the HOA fee / lot rent is $900 a month. $900 a month. And you're not allowed to park on the street, as you can see. Get a couple parking spots in the driveway and 2 more spots in the garage. Unless you have so much stuff stacked up in the garage, then you won't be able to park in the garage. That's what a lot of people in California use the garage for. It's usually not for parking. Since the weather is usually pretty nice, you don't have to keep your car out of the snow or the ice in most areas. You usually use your garage for other things. Like mine is a little recording studio for a lot of these videos that you watch. But yeah, $900 a month lot rent. And they just raised it. I was talking to an owner of one of these. They just raised it by over $100 a month. So even if you own a home here, you still have to deal with the rising lot rent. But that's true for anything. If you own a home, you're going to deal with rising property taxes as values go up. So you're never out of the woods completely. You never really own something 100%. And I think a lot of people, see that as a problem. Well, let's take a walk around here. It's a pretty big community. Here's a home that just sold back here. It says sale pending, rather. And what you get for $900 a month is a community area which includes a pool. And we're going to go take a look at that and see how that is. So if you're just moving to San Diego or in the San Diego area, we're actually out of the city limits here. These go for between $250,000 and $300,000. So add $900 on top of that, whatever your monthly payment's going to be, depending on your down payment for your monthly payment. Add $900 on top of that, of course, then you have taxes. The HOA does not include the taxes. And you're going to be looking at between at least $2,600 a month, $3,000. Well, mortgage rate's higher now. Running through the calculator, and it's still a very high entry level price, for a lot of people with these prices here. Now, we told you just in our previous report that San Diego County home prices dropped slightly, down $10,000. That's about 1% when you look at $1 million median home price. And things are just getting started. So if rates are allowed to continue to rise, expect to see more corrections in the housing market. But will you be in a position to buy when prices become more affordable? And that's going to be the difficult thing for most people. It's going to be very difficult with the rising cost environment to have a strong enough position from a buyer perspective. Will you have a down payment? Will you have the cash? If you have a down payment, will your credit be good enough to afford the monthly payment? So all those things, we have to ask ourselves as things progress and continue to get crazy. The economic environment that we're in right now is completely crazy. Looks like somebody's loading up a classic car over here onto their tow truck. A GTO. One thing I noticed when I moved to California was the older classic cars were in such great condition. Being from Michigan, you have a car that gets a few years old and sometimes it's rusted out. Sorry about the noise. You move up here a little bit. In Michigan, with all the salt, snow and ice, and the salt they put on the roads, it really erodes the paint. You can see a vehicle that's 3, 4, 5 years old already rusting out in states like Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and all those states with a lot of snow. Out here, my aunt had a car that was like a 1970 Chevy Chevelle, just parked outside, not running for like decades. Still, no rust, some sun fading on the paint, but it was still a nice looking vehicle. If you would have restored that, I think she ended up selling it to someone that did restore it, by the way. But out here, a lot of classic cars, and you see a lot of classic car shows and stuff like that year round. So it's one thing about San Diego that kept me here versus going to a lower cost state. You know, plus we own property out here and we have family out here. A lot of family that came to visit me after I moved out here ended up moving out here. I've got a sister out here. My dad's still out here. Walking through the shade right now. And that was kind of a break in this community, and now we're headed towards a different leg of the community over here. Similar, same type of homes, single family homes. Most of these homes have fake grass and low water landscaping, so a lot of rocks, cactuses. Some of them still have real grass though. As I told you in one of my previous videos, I changed over to fake grass. So I've got the turf in my backyard. One, to save water. And you're not just saving water, you're also saving time. So it's not just the water. I found myself, back when we had real grass, I found myself spending sometimes 20, 30 minutes a day holding a hose. Right? And we could have installed a sprinkler system. I looked at the cost of it. It wasn't something that I would have wanted to do. And somebody has to pay the water bill if you're running on city water. So I decided to go to the fake grass, and I've loved it. I've saved time and saved money and saved water, of course. Here is the community area. I'm going to walk over here real quick and see what we have over here. So for the monthly HOA fee, you're going to get this community area where you can have events. People have parties here, birthday parties, stuff like that. There's a pool with a hot tub. Actually, if I remember correctly, there's 2 pools. One is a kiddie pool, and one is a regular adult pool. You can see back in here. So pretty nice. Actually, when I walked up here, you can see a lot of animals back here. You can see that rabbit back there, he's taking off. Pretty nice. Let's walk down here a little bit. This is kind of a wash. This is basically where water comes down during periods of heavy rains. And basically looks like a dried up riverbed right now, like a lot of California. Back here, here's solar panels. A lot of solar panels. Those go towards helping power this community building right here in the pool area. And if you go inside, there's pool tables, there's a kitchen where you can just go and hang out, or you can rent it out for parties and stuff like that. You just have to reserve it. I'm gonna walk down here in nature a little ways. Oh, something's moving out there. Probably just a rabbit. You gotta look out for rattlesnakes out here. We had a snake in our yard a few weeks ago, and it wasn't a rattlesnake, but I am not very familiar with the types of snakes that are venomous or not, so I stayed away from it. Give you another shot of the building back here. Yeah, there you go. So $900 a month. Homeowners Association fee / lot rent. Is it worth it? Well, I wouldn't be buying right now in California. When I buy something, when I buy a home, I look at it from an investment perspective as far as the price. Because if something happens where you lose your job and you have to move out, instead of just letting the home go back to the bank, will you be able to rent the home out for enough to cover the mortgage. Now rents have been going up like crazy also, but I always look at it with that safety net in the background mindset. If I lose my job, or if something happens where I can't afford the mortgage, I have medical bills or something, will I be able to rent it out for enough to cover all the carrying costs, whatever those may be? If you have a mortgage, of course, the mortgage, the fees, the lot rent, the taxes, the upkeep, the maintenance, whatever utilities you're going to have to pay as the owner. That's what I look at, kind of that safety net in the background. And it's done me well. You know, I've never had to lose a property or something like that. No foreclosures. So that's the way I look at things. And just with that type of mindset, I would not be buying right now in California. It doesn't mean that it's not a good idea. Some people still can buy. And even if prices go down, they're going to be able to ride it out because maybe they had a big down payment. Maybe they're buying in cash. And that's why you still see so many cash buyers right now. And my fear is that when prices do go down more, it's going to be more cash buyers and less people, less of the type of people that don't have cash ready to go. People that need to rely on financing and rely on having a good credit score and rely on not having a debt to income ratio that's way above what the lender is going to allow. So it's going to get interesting. But you see communities like this, and it's a lot more than meets the eye when you look at the carrying costs for these, if you know what I mean. Here's a nice little yard here. I like this landscaping. It's got the fake grass, the water-free, low-water landscaping. I lived in Tucson, Arizona for a while, and hardly anyone has real grass over there. I don't see why anyone would want to. The golf courses still have real grass, of course. But cactuses, rocks, and just dirt front lawns. We're also coming into a water crisis. Well, right now nobody's really paying attention, but if you go on the internet and search Lake Mead, you're going to see some, in my opinion, shocking videos of the water levels. Lake Mead, Lake Powell. It's scary, and nobody sees it coming. 99% of the people, probably 99.9% of the people, do not see any danger on the horizon. They're being told, hey, the unemployment number is low, everything must be fine. The consumer is strong, even though the debt levels are skyrocketing, just like we said it would. And it's not going to be fine, folks. So we have to prepare for the storm. It's coming. It's actually here. Just most people don't realize it yet. Most people won't realize that the economic storm is here until they're wiped away and they're swimming for their life without a life preserver, without a life jacket, without an inner tube, and that's when most people will realize it. But hopefully most of us will have already been prepared for what we're about to see. And get ready. We're almost done with June. The month of June is going to be closing out in a couple days. And we'll officially be halfway through the year 2022. It's pretty wild. And the second half, get ready for some more economic fireworks. And we hope you come back to this channel, stay updated. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. Housing, the cost of living, investing, just getting by, you name it, the markets, and life. All right, everybody. Talk to everybody very soon. Bye for now. Keep stacking. Stay safe. Peace.